can't stop that. Stop that. I wish I was a ninja.
So, hi everyone, welcome to your pre-Christmas Eve special. This is just straight Josh. I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys just a quick wrap up to the Christmas series and just a quick reminder of Christmas. I don't know, maybe you guys forgot in the last week, and I want to Hi everyone, Josh here. Quick couple of announcements for you. Just reminder that next week's youth group ain't gonna happen except like this. You get another week of this. You get another week of Video Josh, Digi Josh. You get another week of Digi Josh. Coming to you on Wednesday nights at 7. Same Digi time, same Digi channel. I'm sorry, no one's ever probably seen Digimon, so that's... Today, we're going to talk about something very important. We're talking about the actual event. We've been dancing around the event for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, but we have not talked about actual, for real, Christmas. And the actual reason that we talk about Christmas. We also haven't talked about why I consider Christmas to be a less important Christian holiday, but still it carries a punch, right? So, hi Rosie. Christmas is the event that we celebrate where Jesus came to be born of a woman, right? So one of the weirdest days inside of human history where God became man and God became fully man and also still maintained being fully God. He was born of a woman who never had the intimate relations necessary, didn't have the premarital, well, no, not premarital, the ritual that engages only in the safe confines. It's a ritual that should take place in a safe, loving, binding covenant of marriage. They didn't have. We've talked about how inside of these weeks coming up to this event that this was the moment that everybody was looking forward to, waiting for. This was the coming that God had promised right after Eve had sinned. Humans have been waiting for this moment for like 10,000 years. This is a culmination of everything that God had promised in a barn because there wasn't enough room with the peoples. And this divine being didn't have a proper crib to be taken care of in, so they just laid him in a hay trough where the animals would come and feed from. And this Savior of the world, this coming Messiah, was wrapped up in odd bits of cloth that they could find, right? This is not the triumphant coming of a king. This is not the heralding that you would expect by the thousands of humans who are going to be affected by this moment. This moment goes largely undetected except for 3 shepherds, right? This moment flies under the radar of kings and of queens. Nobody realizes that the world changed on this night. And largely, the world kind of didn't change that night. The world would change later on inside of Jesus' life. But this was the planting of the seed of hope for humanity. On this day that we celebrate of Christmas, this was the moment that God partially fulfilled his promise by sending his son. But this is the expectation of what is coming. Jesus, in this baby form, would not deal with the sins of humanity. He had to grow up. He had to be a man. He had to face life before that happened. This was the hope of fulfillment for these people. And inside of your life, I think that should speak miles. We understand that this world is a corrupt, broken place, right? We don't have to look far outside of our windows to see the effects of a broken, cruel world around us, right? We got COVID, we've got bullies, we've got bad interactions with school, we still have imperfect family members that we're trapped in the house with. We've got all of this broken shenanigery around us, and we can see around us the very tangible signs that the world doesn't seem to be working. And all around us, we can see that there is something critically and essentially wrong. Children, babies who are just born, starve to death. We live inside a world where not everybody has the same access to medical health care around the world, and some people die from something that is very treatable. We can look around and we can see the extreme differences between the richest people inside of the world and the people who are literally so poor that they cannot give themselves enough food and they starve to death. We can look around the world and we can see that there is something tangibly wrong inside of it. And God says that He's got this. But this has been wrong with the world for a long time. Paul describes what's going on like the world is in birth pains. The world's in labor. And you can ask your mama right now. I mean, technically you can pause the video and go ask her right now what it was like to be in labor with you. The answer is it was not pleasant. Giving birth, I'm told by conflicting sources, is the most painful human experience. I don't know, men get awfully defensive and say that kidney stones are also hideously unpleasant. I don't know. I'm going to need some data. I'm going to need a woman who's experienced both labor and kidney stones, and I'm going to need like a sample size of like 300 before I come out with the official result of which one's the worst. Giving birth is one of the most painful human experiences, right? And that's how Paul describes the world right now. She's in pain. She's crying out. She's heaving. She's weeping. I don't know, there's unpleasant sweat everywhere. It's an ugly picture. But what the world's going to give birth to, Earth 2.0, that is our hope. That's our expectation. The world is in pain now because she is giving birth, but eventually one day there will be no more pain because she eventually gives birth. And we have this expectation of hope. The world's in pain and we can see it. It's suffering all around us. And the world is in pain. But there's hope. And in the same way that Jesus was supposed to be the answer to the human pain that's going on inside of the world around us, we need to hold on to God as the answer for hope for our broken world around us. In the same way that when the three shepherds were told that the king of the world had been born, and all they saw was a baby wrapped up in dirty cloth, laying inside of a hay manger. Hay manger? Hay rack. Hay rack. When they found Jesus laying inside of a hay rack, they understood with hope and expectation that despite what they saw, this baby was going to change the world, and that's what Christmas is for all of us. It's an invitation to hope. It's an invitation to grab on. It's an invitation for us to believe that God is going to change the world soon. That is why Christmas is the second best Christian holiday. Because what Christmas sets up, Easter spikes into the enemy territory. Sure, that's a sports reference. What Christmas pitches, Easter hits as a home run. I can do more sports references. You walk away from this video, hopefully with this one message. I'm only giving you one this week. One. Why am I so intense right now? You tell me. You're walking away right now with this one message. That there's going to be a test when we get back. And it's going to have one question on it. And the one question's answer is this. Christmas is an invitation to hope. And we see that all around us the world looks bad, but we understand on this one holiday we have a forward-looking hope A hope that's not in this moment, but a hope that is coming. And we see a world that's in pain. We see a world that's in labor. But understand that all of this is for a point and for a purpose, and that one day, the payoff is that we get to live inside of a creation perfected. We get to work with God inside of a clean, good world where there's no more pain and there's no more crying. There's no more desperation and there's no more longing. We live inside of a world where God himself will wipe the tears away from our eyes. That's what Christmas is pointing towards.